So far we've covered one main building block for improvisation, building fretboard fluency, and we recognize that it takes a lot of practice, a lot of work to sort of recognize these layers and feel these layers at work under our fingers. The next building block that I want to talk about here is the song, right? This will be the second of three main building blocks that I feel like help us have a stronger improvisational experience. So if the first one was the guitar and what's possible on the instrument, the next main building block is the song and what we can understand more of as far as the structure of the song and the melody of the song. So we'll keep talking about that. And the main thing I want you to work on as something to practice is recognizing structure. I think a lot of bluegrass players kind of get into this habit of just saying, okay, my hands know kind of what this song is. We kind of limit it to what we call muscle memory. We've learned a melody, learned a lick or two here and there, and we tend to kind of just run over those same things over and over and over again. We kind of get into this rut. And just as if we were trying to be architects, we want to learn how buildings can be structurally sound and strong. We want to know what makes our songs structurally sound and strong as well. And as far as the world of bluegrass and fiddle tunes, you know, to keep our discussion focused in the kind of music that we're playing, I want to talk about structure and form as it relates to the fiddle tunes that we're playing. This can give us, again, a good generalized sense of direction, of what's going on in the song. You know, in the strums and scales exercise is one of the things that we work on from exercise 1 in the intermediate curriculum, is sort of feeling how that flow of rhythm or the rhythmic phrase, say, of the first exercise, 2 bars, can lead us to another spot. In the other strums and scales exercises in the advanced curriculum, we work to play through chord changes as a next level, to explore and experiment with all these other layers. Now that we're thinking about the actual structure of a song, we want to recognize that growing ability and that kind of improving rhythmic muscle as far as us being settled, knowing what chord we're kind of either aiming for or just aware that's there. That's a really powerful thing to be thinking about in our improvisation. And I remind us too that in a lot of these fiddle tunes that we play, there's the major scale of the key of the song we're in. And so you can sort of imagine an extension of the strums and scales work that we do now working within the structure of a tune. And the more we can internalize that, the better, and we'll keep working on that. But one of the things that helps with understanding structure and form is that kind of predictability, and knowing that, again, part of the work that we do building fluency on the fretboard is to feel more comfortable and settled improvising over longer stretches of time. Or again, in a song like John Hardy, I need to recognize that it's the D chord for this amount of time, but I'm leading back to a G, that kind of thing. Again, it takes time, but that's what we want to understand. Really know what's going on, not fall into the trap of, here's some licks I play and maybe I'll get out of it. I did last time and we'll see what happens this time. I want us to be a little more mindful about this kind of stuff. And so, again, as we're working to understand this, we can know more about space. That gives us opportunities to practice different methods to fill that space. We've talked in our cross-picking discussions about building cross-picking arrangements. And when we can notice kind of a core sequence of notes, we can discover different opportunities to fill those spaces. And again, having that rhythmic underlayment is huge within that structure of the song.